up to £3,000 per deal.
It's literally skyrocketing to a $500 billion industry by 2030. I mean, the biggest misconception about high-ticket sales is...
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's your brother Marwan Dawaibi here and Ayyub Al-Ishi, the co-founders of Rizq Rise. And subhanAllah, we've got a lot of guys reaching out to us, asking a lot of questions about high-ticket sales. How can they get in? The gems behind the industry. Is it the right industry to be in? Tell us the truth about the, what can really happen for somebody new inside the space. So look, we're going to give you guys the whole shebang. We're not going to hold back on this, right? Are you? Absolutely. So guys, stay tuned. Inshallah, we're going to be releasing a lot of different series to give you guys a better insight on the industry. And look, some free information, some free game, if you want to call it, to give you a better chance to close more deals. So,
by the way, something popped up actually in my mind. What are key skill sets that you feel have transitioned or were transparent to you from physical businesses that you took into the high ticket sales space, or the vice versa as well, that now that you learn from the high ticket sales space, that can be relatable as well to local businesses and how they can actually use that skill in person? Because we were literally in Morocco, we're walking around, and even a lot of businesses, they have no sales. They have no drive. We're actually asking for, we're literally asking for the sale. We're trying to negotiate and we're trying to get the sale,
we're trying to buy, yeah.
But they're literally just closing us off, and they're not willing to close the deal, handle objections, nothing.
Absolutely.
Which is crazy to me.
Absolutely. So in regards to that question, some key components I took from physical business is you are determined to work.
Yeah.
And for the first year in business, you are willing to work for free, basically, because you're not going to really see profit. You're going to try to pay back your investment within your first year. That kind of work in a physical business gives you a lot of momentum. Okay. Right? It gives you momentum to work. You have a lot of work ethic. So I took that synergy and I put that on high ticket sales, and hence why I was able to do really well in the first offer that I landed. From the get-go, I came in guns blazing, got the job done, got the deal done. And the guys were extremely, happy with the performance. Mm-hmm. It's because of those interactions I had in the physical world. Another thing about the physical world is you learn a lot about customer acquisition, customer service. You're dealing with a lot of face-to-face. You're dealing with a lot of, emotion from a person, whether it's a happy customer, a bad customer, or an unhappy customer. He's had a great day, he's had a bad day. How do you deal with that customer to actually sell them your product or service? So taking that onto an online sales call made me a lot better than the other guys, because other guys didn't really have those experiences. All they seen was a screen, and they were just like, okay, let me just go off whatever he tells me. But I was diving in a lot deeper. I was going into areas because I had experience in those areas, and I took the prospect through a journey, basically, right? Through an emotional, logical journey, which made the decision super easy for them to make. And that's what you want to do in high-ticket sales. You don't want to make the prospect feel like they're going through a difficult journey. You want to ease the journey, solve the problems, provide the solution, make it make sense on his end, and then close the deal. That's the process, really, right? Flip side, what have I taken from the online space and I can, do in the physical world? Bro, we're literally, we're not going to mention too much. We're literally planning a new business, inshallah ta'ala, next year. And already the methods that we're going to be utilizing to build that traditional business, we're using high-ticket sales techniques into that business, right? Yeah. So the way you could utilize those things is when you're talking to, for example, a client online, he's giving you smoke screens, right? Over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, fake objections.
Yeah, fake objections, right? When those smoke screens come up on an online Zoom call, there's literally only so much you can do. But if those smoke screen fake objections come in the real world and you have the experience of a high ticket sales closing on a Zoom call, you're way more likely to make more money in the real world because you've dealt with these in a much more difficult circumstance where there's no physical touch, right? You can't talk to the person face to face. So I can utilize those skills of dealing with, these fake objections and I don't know kind of objections and take them into the real world, close a lot more deals, man. I want to know, there's a lot of people out there in the world, right? And they've been scammed before. They've seen something like high ticket sales and they don't believe it's real. They don't believe it's true.
Okay.
What are some of those misconceptions that you faced during your journey?
Yeah.
And what's the reality behind them?
I mean, the biggest misconception about high-ticket sales is that you can't really build a career from it. You can't build a career from it. It's something that isn't really real. It's like Forex or crypto or something that's fast, okay? It's like the new shiny object syndrome of this new generation, as dropshipping was, and so many different new models that came out. And I get this a lot, to be honest. I'm like, okay, where's high ticket sales going? And I think I explained this in the start as well. It's literally skyrocketing to a $500 billion industry by 2030. But not only that, but high ticket sales is a general term, to be honest. It's not just remote closing for online education. It's services, so marketing services. There's solar, there's tech sales. There's a lot of different stuff that go underneath the umbrella of high ticket sales. So a lot of people in these high ticket sales, they feel like I'm just talking about education, selling courses online, and that's it. But there's more to it. High ticket sales is selling anything that's high ticket, okay? That's online and remote. And this is the beauty about high ticket sales, because you can literally work for a company anywhere in the world as long as you have Wi-Fi and you have a bank account that you can receive money in.
And you got your laptop.
You got a laptop. You're literally good.
You know what's crazy about sales as well, when it comes to high ticket sales specifically, there is no point of entry. You don't have to come with like, oh, I have a master's degree and a PhD, and nobody really cares, really and truly, right? I come from the royal family. That doesn't matter. What matters in sales, especially high ticket sales, is you're based on performance. You know you can perform well, you're going to make a ton of money. You can come into a space where there's already setters and closers, and you can outperform everybody in that space, and you can make way more money than them. That's why I love high ticket sales. It's based on your ability, right? And when you're capable and you're able, you determine how much money you want to make. You write that paycheck. Imagine me waking up today in the morning, and this is something I had a conversation with you earlier today about. I said, man, there's people that they'll go through a day, they'll make no money, right? And they'll go to sleep and they'll be like, okay, we'll try again tomorrow.
And they blame the leads, they blame
everybody but themselves. Bro, me and you, the way we operate, and this has been us for a while, is if business is not growing, we start itching like there's something 100%. Wrong. Right? There's something wrong with how we're moving. There's something wrong with how we're making money. And this is why I love high ticket sales. You can come in here, have that winning mentality, be extremely disciplined with yourself, get to work, learn what you need to learn, develop the systems, get to work, close the deals. And you could be in a situation where you're making footballers money, really and truly. There's guys that are making footballer money through their laptops from anywhere in the world. It's amazing.
100%.
For the Muslim, this space works really well, especially for the guys that want to do hijrah. I'm a Muslim and I want to do hijrah. What do I do? The first thing I need to understand is, okay, I need a highly paid skill that is completely remote, that wherever I am, whether I'm in Morocco, whether I'm in Dubai, which is probably the most popular area, people that want to go there.
Oman, Qatar, whatever.
Anywhere.
Saudi.
I want to stay in Saudi and do 6 months of Umrah instead of doing 2 days of Umrah. I am completely remote. I'm in control of that situation, right? So it's very powerful for a Muslim to know that high ticket sales is a space that is relevant to those who really want to perform hijrah. I remember a specific scenario you brought into mind now of a brother who had extreme trust issues, in fact. Right? This, what I'm talking about, man.
Tell us about that story, actually. This is interesting.
I mean, this brother, he opted into our program, really wanted to get into high ticket sales. Jumped on a call with me, didn't have his camera on, which is something that you know how it is, bro. Standard procedures, have your camera on. He couldn't have his camera on for some reason. So he made it a little bit more tricky on my end. But we went through everything. We went through the discovery, went through the pain points, the goal points, so on and so forth. He really liked what we had going on, but he had a massive, doubt with trust, right? He was very doubtful that he could trust the program, himself, me, everything. So the end of the call, he said he wanted to move ahead, but I still could feel like there was something there. So I said, listen, bro, if you got something going on right now because you seem like you're a little bit fidgety, I don't mind jumping on a call with you again. Which shows, again, don't just be a commission brat, right? Handle the situation properly. And I could tell there was something going on in the background where he was. So I said, look, bro, we can jump on a call maybe Friday, have a discussion then. So anyways, we called up on Friday, and he was like, look, I want to do this, but XYZ is happening and I don't know. And I said, bro, do I have the ability to coach you right now? Can I coach you a little bit? And he's like, yeah. I said, bro, you're going through a little bit of doubt, and it's normal. If you've never invested online before, this is actually normal. But, let's go back to some of the reasons why you want to succeed and what you want to get out of this, right? Long story short, he cut the deal and he got in. He joined the program. 24 hours later, if you remember, he gave us a call. I'm not going to mention the name, but this guy gave us a call. And he was basically shaking, bro. He was like, look, I don't think I can do this. I'm seeing a lot of information. This is all new to me. And what happened was he was trying to go into a space and absorb everything in 24 hours. And you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. That's like saying someone that doesn't pray at all, but tomorrow you want him to pray follow every sunnah, tarawih, tahajjud. This guy's going to crumble, right? there's a procedure, there's a step-to-step
Yeah.
process that you have to go through. So we coached him a little bit on that call, and we said, look, if we have permission to coach you, we'll give you a quick coaching session right now. And we coached him through that doubt and that fear and everything in between. And subhanAllah, after that call, if you remember, this guy just switched on, bro.
So I'm ready to get started.
He was ready to go. He was guns blazing
Full
coming
pay.
in. And then what happened was 3 weeks of him being in the program. Keep in mind, this guy was, sick and tired of his corporate job, wanted out, 9 to 5, been doing it for 10 years. Khalas, bro, he's done.
Yep.
And the guy don't have any freedom. He doesn't have any freedom. He's not flexible. He's barely able to go to Umrah because he has to, ask for time off, so on and so forth. And he's coming out with about 2.5K a month from his salary, which he's been there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And subhanAllah, bro, the guy came in as the most coachable student we have at Rizq Rise. Absolutely smashed out the program. 3 weeks later, we get a message in the group. He just lands not just a high ticket selling position, but one that actually pays him up to £3,000 per deal that he sets, which is crazy because this guy used to work 9 to 5, 40 hours a week for 4 weeks in a row in order for him to make less than that. Not only that, but he went and he landed his second role.
I think his earning potential was actually anywhere between 300 to 400K per year.
400K, yeah.
That's actually crazy for his first appointment setting role.
That's absolutely incredible, bro.
And if you're watching this, you know who you are.
You know who you are. He's meant to be closing around 10 deals a month.
He landed his second offer as well recently.
He landed the second offer, which is an American offer. So he's expected to make anywhere from 5 to 10K American hours, UK hours. This guy's going double shift.
Mashallah.
And you know what's funny, bro? I jumped on a call with him the other day, and I was like, oh, bro, how are you feeling about everything so far? He's like, bro, I'm ready to dominate. Any business I go into now, I want to be number one.
The confidence went from here.
The confidence went from the most doubtful student we ever had to I am coming in to eat, I want to dominate, right?
100%.
Which is crazy because that's what happens sometimes when you actually follow through the process. Exactly what happened to you as well. You follow through a process and you end up with a result.
Well, I feel like, Marwan, we've talked and we covered a lot of different topics. And there's still a lot of value and we still a lot of topics to touch upon and still a lot of questions to answer. But I feel like we can divert to the next episode, inshallah. So if you're somebody that enjoyed this episode, bi'idhnillah, make sure you like, comment, and share to somebody that you feel like would get amazing, tremendous value from this episode, bi'idhnillah. So, any last words?
Last words, if you're someone that's on the fence right now you're trying to learn more about high ticket sales or how you can empower yourself through mentorship and coaching, then feel free to check out the caption. There's going to be a booking link there. You can book a call with us just to discover if this is, something that we can really help you with. And if we can't help you, we'll send you on your way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.